Hey guys! So today I'm going to be doing my everyday makeup routine. Okay, so I put on my moisturiser to begin with, which as you've seen in my other videos is the Effaclar Duo. I like to hope that if I wear this under makeup it's still fighting all my blemishes while I'm wearing my makeup. So I put this on before. Now, as I've said in my other videos before, I used to put that on straight away and then my makeup, and then by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon it'd start going quite patchy here, which is like probably the oiliest bit of my face. So now, and then I can't remember whether I read it somewhere or the makeup artist who was doing my face the other week told me that put it on as soon as you wake up in the morning if you're going to work or school, and then do everything else you have to do, your hair, get ready, and then do your makeup, because you want that to sink in. If it's oily on your face and then you put makeup, your makeup's just going to slide right off it. Okay, so once you've done that, you want to use primer. I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, probably one of my favourites. This fills in all your lines. I would not really wear foundation now without having primer on underneath. I don't know if you can see, but my bunny, oh, say hello. This is Peggy Sim. She's my new little house. Well, she was little, she's grew, but she keeps trying to eat my legs. Okay, mummy will play in a minute. Okay, I wouldn't use foundation now without primer because it fills in all your lines where your makeup sets and stops it setting. It gives your skin a nice smooth base to put your foundation on, and it just makes it go on much better, and I think last much longer without going patchy. Or there's a lot of tips we can use which I'll show you today to stop it, because I used to suffer quite bad with sort of my makeup coming off my face sort of around here and here, and I think it's where my face would get oilier throughout the day. So one, use primer, perfect, and put your moisturiser on a little bit before you put your primer and foundation on. Okay, so now for foundation, I'm going to be using, let's get my brush. I'm going to be using my Dior Skin Sculpt. This is in shade 030. This is a new foundation I'm trying, I actually really like. I tried the Dior Skin Forever in the 031, which was like a perfect colour. Went to the counter and asked for this because it's a nicer foundation, and they don't do it in that shade, so I got the 030, which still matches quite nicely, but it would have been nicer if they did it in the 031. I didn't really like the Forever, so okay. So we're just gonna pop some. Okay, so when it's on your brush. Now, people at the moment are using all different types of brushes to do their foundation. I think in my video telling you how to get the sort of perfect flawless foundation routine, I explain why I use this brush. Basically I've got a stippling brush, buffer brush, I don't know what you call it, a MAC one anyway. And I love the effect it gives. It was much better than when I've used my foundation brush, you know, like the flat top ones in the past. But I didn't like the long handle, and it felt like I didn't have any control in when I was doing my foundation. So my sister actually said to me, you know, the top of this is similar to the top of the brush we're using, but obviously it's got a little short stubby handle, if you can see that there, which means when you hold it, you're basically holding the brush, and I just find it much better for applying foundation because you get to fully control, and I think it gives such a nice flawless finish, which I don't think the foundation brush ever does. I know some people still swear by them. I haven't actually ever tried the sponges, but I know a lot of people swear by using them. Make sure you go down onto your neck. nothing worse than when your neck is a completely different colour to your face. And as you can see, like, my arms and everything are much browner at the moment than what my face is, because I always have a really high SPF on my face, so that I don't look haggard when I'm older. But it means that my face is a completely different shade to the rest of my body. Also, I've noticed in my mirror here that I put some dry shampoo on before because I'm trying to wash my hair less. And so you can see all the grey down my part, so ignore that, I'll rub that in a minute. Okay, once my foundation's done, which that is, just buff it in for quite a while until it covers everything. Also, did you watch Goss Makeup Artist? He's brilliant, but he taught me that when you just paint over, if you've got especially like a pory area around here, which I do, if you just paint over them, you're going to see the pores grow. What you need to do is, if you buff it in and sort of change the direction like this, it sort of fills in the pores and makes them much smaller, which I actually think works like a treat. Okay, eyebrows next, because considering how sort of dark my hair is and my skin can go in the summer, I have really light eyebrows. They're very grey and I don't like them. I'm tempted to dye them, but in Liverpool there's a bit of a scouse brow thing going on. I'm not sure whether you've heard of this. It's horrific, where they have jet black eyebrows starting here and going right over. So I am a little bit terrified if I dye them that that's how I'm gonna look, and that would just be awful. So for now I just use an angled brush. This is a Model's Own one from Boots or Superdrug, but any angled brush will do. You'll see the top goes like this. It just makes it, sorry, I have something in my eye. And I'm using MAC eyeshadow. Eyeshadows are the best thing to use in Embark. This is a matte brown eyeshadow. Also, my eyebrows are not thin, they're also not thick. I'd like them to be thicker. They're okay sort of in this bit, but they sort of finish quite short here. I'd like them to be a bit thicker towards the end and have a bit more shape. So hence also why I colour them in, because I can create the sort of shape I want that day, which is usually a slight arch about here and then going down into a sort of thinner stripe. If you're not sure where the arch can be, the best way of doing this is your eyebrow should start from the end of your nose to the corner of your eye. So if you put the brush there, that's where it should start. Your eyebrow should finish the end of your nose to the corner of your eye here, and for your arch, the side of your pupil to your nose, so yeah, which is about right. Okay, another eyebrow for the mental. So I just do quite a thick line going up here. Big eyebrows are very in right now. I know a few years ago very thin eyebrows were sort of the fashion. But you know, because of models like Cara Delevingne and others, the thick eyebrow is just a bit of an 80s trend coming back, but it makes you look more youthful and healthy. Yeah, I'm actually feeling quite a bit more arched than that one, but it's better anyway. Years ago I actually never used to fill in my eyebrows in. I did my whole face and would leave my eyebrows normal, because I was, as soon as anyone ever put any eyebrow sort of colour on my eyebrows or filled them in, whenever I used to get my face done, I'd feel like I look like Frida Kahlo. If you don't know who that is, Google it. But basically that I have big jet eyebrows, like right across, and not like Helga or Hey Arnold. I obviously didn't. I obviously didn't even probably look like this because I wasn't used to having any makeup on my eyes. That's what I felt like. I felt like it was the first thing you saw when you look in the mirror. once I started doing it a few times, I realised that I actually didn't look like Frida Kahlo, I hope, and you get used to it. It's like the first time you wear makeup, you know, if you put too much on you feel like a bit of a drag queen, but you get used to looking like a lovely drag queen. Okay, so after I've done my eyebrows, I'm going to do my face. I'm going to just conceal, because I love it when I have the triangle line here. So this is by TheMakeupDollies. This is in shade medium. So this is basically a cheaper version of the YSL Touchy Colette. Because I've never actually tried the Touchy Colette before. I usually stick with my MAC or Laura Mercier concealer. But I've heard obviously a lot of things, but I didn't want to pay out for it until I knew what I thought of the illuminating concealer. So I'm just going to put that all over my eyes because your eyelids are obviously, my eyelids are pink compared to my face. Just put that down. So not only does this, well, it's meant to conceal, but it also brightens up your eye if you're looking tired or have dark circles. Now when I do my concealer, I do from the corner of my nose up to my eye here in a triangle shape. I know the Kardashians are a fan of this. You'll often see Kim Kardashian with a slightly lighter area here. Sometimes I do think it's a little bit too far, but obviously once all your makeup's on, it does blend in. And then once I put my illuminating one on, I go, oh, it's a bit dirty, I go back to my Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage. Mine is in shade SC5, it's obviously well used as you can see because there's hardly anything left. The good thing about this concealer is, I'm just going to put this over this because this is an illuminating one, I just want a little bit more coverage. The good thing about this concealer is that it comes in a lighter and a darker shade, so that as I do, my skin changes colour by the minute. So if I go on holiday, I get a completely different shade. In winter, I'll have my winter skin. So this is perfect because it means I can sort of add a little bit more and less depending on what colour I am at the time of year, because they do last a long time, so perfect. Okay, then I just use my ring finger and just put that in. You don't want it to look like, you know, you've had a brush over and it looks dragged, and that just helps it melt in a little bit more. Now, if this is too much of a triangle for you, just go back to your brush and whatever's left on it. Just doing these bits, and that'll sort of help blend it in a little bit more. Okay. Next, I'm going to do my bronzer. Today I'm going to use my Hoola bronzer by Benefit and my drying brush. This actually does come with a brush, but it makes it too harsh a line. I feel it looks very drew on. And just tap it off after you popped it in, because otherwise you'll just have a big excess blob right on your face. Now I don't use bronzer to sort of bronze my face because I don't like my face to look too powdered. I like it to look quite natural, even a bit foundation-y. I use my bronzer to contour because I have such a big face. So if you do this, you can see where it should be darker. And then I also do around my jawline, because when I eat too much, I start getting it, you know, this, no one wants that. So at least if I shade in around the bottom of my face, it sort of emphasises my jaw, not in a manly way, not like, as in, makes me look nice and slim and defined. And then just do it up on your temples, because that's where the sun catches you. And the best way to remember this is sort of a number 3, so 1, 3, like this. Okay, so now blush. I use a few different type of blushes at the moment. I'm altering between my powder NARS blush. This is in Desire. This is a very bright pink, but don't fret, it doesn't look that pink when it's on. The brighter, I always think the better. NARS and Bobbi Brown are my favourite ones because they're very pigmented, means you don't need very much, they'll last longer. You don't have to really rub them in and then potentially ruin the makeup underneath. You just pop a little bit on and it's perfect. I also really love the cream blend blushes at the moment. This is Lady Blush. No. Yeah, nice rabbit. I like this because it's sort of a peachy, it's just a really pretty colour. So you want to go and get the apples of your cheeks. I also do, go back to my TheMakeUp concealer highlighter, hairs everywhere, is I do a line down here and across the top of my lips, and I do one just here on my nose. I do this on my lips because it makes my lips just look a little bit bigger, because my lips aren't that thin, but when I smile my top lip just seems to disappear very annoyingly. I keep telling my mum I want my lips done and she shouts at me. Now for eyes. Eye colour, the best invention ever. Don't be scared of them. Loads of people seem to worry that it's gonna pull all their eyelashes out or they're gonna go blind. I don't really know. But it makes your eyelashes go much longer and curlier and girly and pretty. These are actually the Shiwamura eyelash curlers. I mean, they pretty much all do the same job, but these are slightly better than others I've used before, and I do like them. They have lasted, I think I've had this about 2 years, and they're still pretty amazing. Let's see, but my eyelashes are much more curly than they were 2 minutes ago. Actually, this may be the best invention ever. Is my Dior Maximize Eyelash Plumping Serum. Now this can be worn overnight. You can see my bunny, but she's climbing up me again. Peggy wants to be a YouTube blogger. I use this overnight because it helps make my eyelashes grow and keeps them strong, because I use a lot of mascara, but I also use it underneath my, underneath my mascara, because it makes them go white and makes me look very strange. But it adds all the fibres to your eyes and makes them separated, so that when you put on your mascara, you don't even really need very many coats of the mascara and your eyelashes look really good. I had to actually run for the train to work the other day like this because I ran out of time and didn't realise the time, and I just put concealer on my eyes and this mascara. I look crazy. I was running down the street with my white circles around my eyes and my white mascara on, because usually I do my makeup on the train if I'm running late. But you know, usually it's mainly done and it's, you know, putting some lipstick on or something, but this day I look like a crazed loon running down the street with my white Cruella de Vil eyes. Okay, so this is my eyes after I have the white serum on, the Dior Maximizer. Crazy! Okay, so now I'm going to put my mascara on, which today I'm using the Falsies Maybelline Volume Express. And it has the spoon brush, which I love. Any mascaras with a sort of spoon brush just make your eyelashes look much lovelier. And then rotate the spoon so it's this way for your bottom lashes. So you can see that I have my mascara now. I actually love this mascara. Okay, so now I'm going to use eyeliner. I'm using the MAC kohl and it's called Teddy. It's very used and sharpened now. I'm just going to do this in the water rim. Across the eye. So that's my eye makeup done. Just a bit of eyeliner, and then I'm going to finish off with some nude lipstick because I always use nudes, usually MAC Myth or this Revlon one which is Matte Attitude. So that's my final everyday makeup look. I hope you enjoy. Remember to subscribe and my next video will be on soon.